Hello, welcome to this video where we will be diving into an automation that helps turn unstructured user feedback into a structured database. In this video, we'll be using Slack as well as a DataOps tool called Keboola. So why would you need this? Imagine you're a company that has a big community and user base where users send in feedback, bug reports, feature requests, and more in a Slack channel or any sort of community channel. You would want to turn that into a structured database so that you could retroactively choose and find messages. You could export those messages into different project management tools like Linear, Jira, etc. Or if you wanted to conduct further data analysis, such as sentiment analysis, or try and mine for some insights using different agentic tools or Snowflake, etc., you'd want that structured format. So how does this automation work? Well, you can see here, the first two nodes are Slack nodes. One is watching the public channel, and whenever it finds a message in that channel, so imagine a user submits any sort of feedback, this gets triggered. This then calls this Slack node, which goes ahead and retrieves that message. It goes ahead and lists or retrieves that message, like I said, and it sends that into this router node. This router basically splits it into two different paths. One is if it has if the message has any sort of attachment, document, file, screenshot, video, etc., and sends it into this attachment array, so it's easier to go into the next flow. This next node is a CSV node, which essentially takes that message and turns it into something that could be more structured by taking all the message properties and turning each of those into a row item. So you can kind of see we have 41 different properties, and we can choose which ones we want. So imagine the text, specific message ID, maybe some of the replies, and the user name of that user. So all of those become columns for our table. So we can see we use Keboola to send that over and create that table. So let's dive into Keboola. So this is the Keboola platform. Here we have, you can kind of see here, the dashboard, components, templates. So we're interested in storage. And in storage, you can create buckets and folders. And bucket is basically like, sorry, I meant buckets and tables. And bucket is basically a folder. So you can see we have the Slack sort of folder. And within it, we have this user feedback table. So in the user feedback table, we have our column, which if you remember are all the properties. So, and I think previously I said rows, but I meant column. So the properties turn into the columns. And if we go here, we can see that they are all currently empty. Why? Because no messages have been detected. So let's go here and imagine I'm a user on the Slack channel, and I go ahead and submit this feedback that I love the product, but I wish I had a Snowflake integration so I could export the data to my databases and data warehouses on my Snowflake account and run some analysis. So let's go ahead and send that. So now let's go back to this Slack and give me 1 second. Let's the computer's a little weird here, but let's so for now we'll do it manually, but typically this would be triggered automatically. And let's save that. Let's run it. Okay. And let me full screen this. Cool. So it's running and it's sending it to Keboola. So if we go to Keboola, let me talk about it for a minute. So this was a really cool application to play around with. You get to take out your, you get to work with the API token that connects to this make.com. So we had to play around with that, you know, use some of the documentation, test out the API key, make sure it was working. So there was a little bit of wiggling there, but it definitely taught a lot. So let's go ahead and refresh the screen. Let's see if our message populated. Awesome. The feedback was stored in our structured database. It's a success. Hope you enjoyed the video and see you soon.